Money? Fame? Anger? The real reason Cristiano Ronaldo made the move to the Saudi Pro League has just been revealed. And it's all because of one dark reason. He's the most popular athlete in the world. But when it gets down to it, most times Cristiano Ronaldo's biggest threat is himself. He never stops. And in 2022, he was in the most insane saga of his career. After spending years at Real Madrid and Juventus, Ronaldo was ready to come home. Manchester United, the place he'd gotten his first big break, and the club that had turned him into a star. Initially, it was supposed to be a move back to the Premier League to join Manchester rivals Manchester City. But his former boss, Sir Alex, couldn't stand that. So he put the call to Ronaldo, convinced him to change his mind, and a few hours later, Ronaldo made the turn to the red side of Manchester, and the hero was back home. The only thing is, if Ronaldo had known what would have happened in the future, he'd never have made that turn. See, at United it started great. Ronaldo picked up from where he left off, scoring goals. He bagged a brace on his return, scored hat-tricks against the likes of Arsenal and Spurs, and in the Champions League group stages, he saved United on countless occasions. But that was as good as it got for Ronaldo. 18 goals in the league and 24 in all competitions collectively. United struggled, and this was where it all started. Before the thought of leaving even became a concrete idea, Ronaldo was already nursing it, and it's because of what the club did to him when he suffered the biggest heartache of his life. In April 2022, Ronaldo and his partner Georgina were expecting a set of twins, but in the end, one of them didn't make it. Ronaldo lost his baby boy Angel, and for him, this was the biggest blow he could take to a heart that had already suffered loss before. He'd lost his dad while he was at United all those years back, and in that moment, the club had stood by him. The manager at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, allowed Ronaldo on a compassionate leave so he could attend to his dad and spend the last moments with him. Soon after his little daughter was born though, the summer came along and then pre-season. But Ronaldo couldn't attend early because his daughter was ill. At that moment, the club didn't believe him.
You lost your baby son and now your baby daughter's in hospital.
Exactly.
And you must have been absolutely
I spoke with the directive and the president of Manchester United, and then kind of that didn't believe that something going wrong, which is make me feel bad.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't believe you.
And to Ronaldo, this one hurt the most, and it was about to get even worse. They changed managers, and it's safe to say from the start, the new man in the dugout, Erik ten Hag, well, he and Ronaldo didn't get along. When he returned for pre-season, the news about Ronaldo and Ten Hag's fallout started making the rounds, and it was a very complicated saga. It all started to get very heated, and the signs have confirmed on Derby Day, when Ten Hag bruised Ronaldo's ego so badly, it left a scar that only got deeper. And after the game against Spurs, Ronaldo was done. At the time, the 2022 World Cup was just around the corner, and a few weeks before the start of the event, Ronaldo dropped that epic interview with Piers Morgan. He called everyone out. Shortly after, United responded. They terminated Ronaldo's contract, and that was the end of Ronaldo's spell at United. Now guys, a lot of people believe this is the reason Ronaldo decided to join the Saudi Pro League, directly because of what had happened. But the thing is, these people forget that there were other reasons as well. Truth is, if he wanted, Ronaldo could have played for other clubs in Europe as well.
Many opportunities in Europe, many clubs in Brazil, in Australia, US, even in Portugal, many clubs tried to sign me, but I give the word to this club.
As he said, back home in Portugal, there was interest for him, as well as Brazil, Australia, and other clubs from the Saudi Pro League. After his United saga was over, news about clubs needing a centre forward and linking to Ronaldo became hot topics. He was getting links from all around the world, but eventually he chose them, the Saudi Pro League and Al Nassr. Why? Well, we've already highlighted two reasons so far, and there's another one.
As you mentioned before, in Europe, my work, it's done. I won everything. I played the most important clubs in Europe.
His work on Europe was done. No lies detected. Ronaldo had completed the game in European football. From a young kid at Sporting Lisbon with bags of talent all those years back, he'd grown. At Manchester United, he broke so many records, set a Premier League goal-scoring record in his first season, won the Ballon d'Or, became the youngest player to win the FWA Footballer of the Year award. And at Real Madrid, the list is endless. He's the club's record all-time goal scorer with 454 goals in 450 games and 5 Champions Leagues. He's made Europe's premier club competition his playground. No one has more Champions League goals than Ronaldo's 140, and for a long period at least, it looks like no one ever will. He's got the most hat-tricks in the competition alongside Lionel Messi. The list is endless, but being the man that he is, he decided to push himself again and made the move to a country that seemed challenging: Juventus. Ronaldo became the club's record signing in 2018, becoming the oldest player in football history to be transferred for over $100 million at 33 years old. And while his time in Turin wasn't exactly what he'd hoped it would be, he still performed regardless. 101 goals in 121 appearances for Juventus. Ronaldo became the first guy to score 100 goals for and win the Golden Boot award as the top scorer for 3 teams in Europe's top 5 leagues. From everything that's been said so far, he did have nothing left to achieve in Europe, and that's why the move to the Saudi Pro League made so much sense to him. But apart from that, Ronaldo also wanted to prove a point. Even before his return to United, Italy had damaged him. It's not very often you see Cristiano Ronaldo cry. He's made of hard stuff. But with Juventus, Ronaldo experienced something he'd never been in before. He failed to achieve the biggest objective. Think about it. At Manchester United, he won everything possible: the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup, Community Shield, Champions League, Club World Cup. Mission complete. Real Madrid, La Liga, the Spanish Cup, the Copa del Rey, the Supercopa de España, the Champions League, the Club World Cup. And that's why Juventus went all out to sign him, because they wanted Ronaldo to bring the one trophy they'd been missing at the club since 1996. The Champions League. It made so much sense from a Juve perspective. Ronaldo was the guy who tormented them the most. In the final in 2017, his brace helped Real Madrid win 4-1 to lift the trophy in Cardiff. The following year in 2018, Ronaldo scored the most iconic goal in the competition against the same opponents. His bicycle kick against Juventus lives long in the memory. In the second leg, Juventus had almost flipped the script and completed an impossible comeback against Madrid. They were 3 goals down after the first leg and had scored 3 goals at the Bernabeu to be leading 3-0. But deep into stoppage time, Real Madrid got a penalty. And you know who sent the old lady packing? Another classic Ronaldo performance to ensure Juventus left their opponents with nothing. News of Ronaldo's contract issues at Madrid soon got leaked, and Juve swooped in to take their chance on him. At the time, no one had more Champions League goals than Ronaldo. At the time, no one had more Champions League trophies than Ronaldo. It was his competition, the UEFA Cristiano League, and Juve decided he'd be the man to help bring them the trophy home. But it wasn't like that. In his first season at Juventus, it promised more to come. The highlight was the Champions League round of 16. In the first leg against Atletico Madrid, a team Ronaldo had scored a Champions League hat-trick against just 2 seasons back, Juve lost 2-0 and was staring at the brink of elimination for another campaign running. But in the second leg at the Allianz Stadium, CR7 put in a vintage performance. A hat-trick to steal the show. Ronaldo's 3 goals completed the comeback and knocked Atletico Madrid out, making Juventus believe they'd made the right decision to sign Ronaldo and increase the hopes that they could go all the way. But in the quarter-final stage, they got knocked out by Ajax. Despite Ronaldo scoring home and away in the competition, in the 2019-20 season they set out to go again. But in the year COVID struck, the lockdown wasn't the only thing Juve and Ronaldo were sad about. Hang on, you've been here so far and still haven't subscribed to Mr. Football yet. What are you waiting for? The link is staring at you in the face. Juve faced Olympique Lyon in the Champions League round of 16 and lost. Ronaldo had now suffered back-to-back exits with Juve in the competition, but there was still hope. He didn't win the Champions League with United until 5 years later in 2008, when he joined the team in 2003. He didn't win it with Real Madrid until 5 years later in 2014, when he joined the team in 2009. But Ronaldo knew at Juve 5 years would be a long gap considering how much he was being paid, his age, and the weight of expectations on him. And so he knew 2020-21 had to be the one, but sadly for him, it wasn't. That image of Ronaldo crying in the locker room was after a 3rd consecutive exit in the knockout stage with Juve, this time to Porto. Ronaldo on his quest with Juventus had failed. The blame couldn't be put entirely on him, but even at the time, because of how big he was, he knew the eyes and fingers would point at him, and that's what happened. Fast forward to when he made the move to Al Nassr, and it was on Ronaldo's mind. He never forgot. See, the bad taste in Italy had left a bitter experience, and it even got worse with what had happened in Manchester. Suddenly, questions about Ronaldo's age and even his attitude came up. Could he still perform on the big stage? He was about to turn 38 when he made the move at the time. And for context, most of the people he'd started the game with, players his age, they'd all retired. Ronaldo had a lot of negative thoughts around him, and so the move to Al Nassr was to change that. Ronaldo wanted to prove that he still had it, that he wasn't finished yet. But even with all of this, it still wasn't the only reason why he switched teams. Ronaldo had seen the future of the Saudi Pro League.
Mas não deixa de ser desafio novo, né? Cristiano Ronaldo acho que foi o pioneiro em tudo isso e todo mundo no começo chamou ele de louco, né? Disso e aquilo. E hoje você tá vendo que a liga tá crescendo, né, cada vez mais.
Even Neymar could testify to that. When Ronaldo made the move, people called him lazy. They believed it was the wrong decision and that he was only going for the money. But you see, Ronaldo had already visualized what the Saudi Pro League could turn out to become in his head. And he knew with the current scale of investments going on, there was more to come. And it's safe to say, over 2 years later, he wasn't wrong. Since his arrival, more and more stars have joined the Saudi Pro League. The likes of Neymar, Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, Frank Kessie, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, Joao Cancelo, and Jorginho Wijnaldum. All elite names who've made it to the Saudi Pro League in recent years. Ronaldo became a trailblazer for the league, and it's even competing with some of Europe's best.
To be honest, I think the Saudi League is not worse than French League, to be in my opinion. In French League, I think you have 2-3 teams with a good level. In Saudi now, I think it's a more competitive. They can say whatever they want. It's just my opinion, and I played there 1 year, so I know what I'm talking about. But I think right now we are better than French League, so we still improve.
When Ronaldo made this statement, people laughed, but the reality is that it's the truth. In terms of actual quality and entertainment, with the amount of talent they've got, the Saudi Pro League is better than the French Ligue 1. In recent years, Ligue 1 has lost its player pool. Players like Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and Neymar, names that made the league entertaining, have all left the club and don't feel the same anymore. Ronaldo really did elevate the status of a league just by going there. But if we're being honest, Ronaldo's move to the Saudi Pro League wasn't purely from a sporting perspective. Financially, he was about to secure the bag of a lifetime. Ronaldo's salary at Al Nassr still gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. $200 million a year. He signed a 2-year contract at the club, and that means in the period he spent with the team, Ronaldo has racked up $400 million free. And the best part is, he isn't paying tax, meaning it's all coming to him. For context, that's the highest salary in the game right now. With that kind of bag, Ronaldo's been set up for life, and it helped him secure something he'd been chasing since 2018. See guys, if it had all worked out, I wouldn't be doing this video right now. And that's because Ronaldo would have never even left Real Madrid to start with. His contract at Real Madrid had 1 year left. And heading into the final year, Ronaldo and his agent made his decision known. For the kind of player he is and the records he'd achieved, Ronaldo wanted more. At the time, he was the 3rd highest paid player in the world. Messi was the 1st at Barcelona, and Neymar's record-breaking deal at PSG made him the 2nd. The gap between them in terms of salary wages had also widened, and Ronaldo wanted to bridge it. He asked the club for a new contract, but Real Madrid didn't budge. Lucky for him, Juve did, and Ronaldo was off to Turin. At Al Nassr, the negotiations went on quickly. Keep in mind that Ronaldo also had offers from other clubs, but he'd given his word to Al Nassr, and in turn, they'd prepared the biggest contract available to him in the game. With that $200 million a year, it's a win-win. Away from the pitch, the move to Al Nassr has also given us a side of Ronaldo I don't think anyone could have ever imagined we'd see before. Cristiano Ronaldo, the YouTuber. Yeah, his YouTube channel, You Are Cristiano Ronaldo, became a thing months back, playing for Al Nassr, and this has given fans a unique insight into what his mind is and what it's like being him, being Cristiano. Ronaldo's YouTube channel became an instant hit when it first launched. He broke so many records in the space of 24 hours. And he's not just doing it for the content's sake. He's given news about his life, what it feels like to him when he wins, loses, all of that stuff, and it's amazing to see. Truth is, Ronaldo is the guy who would stop at nothing to achieve the best. At Al Nassr, he's been proving critics wrong. He's finished. The man has 73 goals and 18 assists in 81 appearances for Al Nassr. He's averaging a goal in every 98 minutes he turns out for them, and has more goal contributions than games played. Ronaldo has also broken records too. At the end of last season, he scored his 35th Saudi Pro League goal on the final day of the season, and this meant he'd broken the record for the most goals in a single Saudi Pro League season, set by Abdurazak Hamdallah in 2019. Ronaldo had taken 2 years to break a record that lasted for over 5. His time at the club had also brought success, historical success too. In 2023, Al Nassr won its first Arab Club Champions Cup after beating Al Hilal in the final, and Ronaldo's brace helped secure it. He scored twice. That's just one of the man trophies Ronaldo hopes to win at Al Nassr, and with the way he's been playing, you can't put it against him. Commercially, Ronaldo's influence on Al Nassr has been incredible. Since Ronaldo's arrival, Al Nassr's presence on social media has grown. The club is currently the most followed non-European team on Instagram, with 54 million followers. Amazing! Ticket sales have increased. They're now selling at full capacity because more and more fans want the chance of seeing a player like Ronaldo up close. Jersey sales with Ronaldo's jersey number and the team in general have also increased. To be honest, I don't think anyone could have expected less. Ronaldo is the most followed athlete on the planet, with 1 billion followers. His presence on social media was always bound to improve the team, and it's working. Ronaldo's done more than just be a sporting figure at the club. From attending events such as Founders Day to being present for the club and country special events, Ronaldo's getting involved in the culture of the country, all proof that he's there for more than just the money. See guys, it's the truth. Ultimately, the real reason Ronaldo made the move to Al Nassr and the Saudi Pro League, amongst other things, was to prove the point that he wasn't finished. At least that's what we thought until he revealed his secret quest to Rio Ferdinand a few weeks back.
Yeah, but I will put the level even high. I will put the level even high. Soon I will do it 900, and after I will beat 1,000. And I want to see. Yes.
You're going to put to 1,000?
I want to reach 1,000 goals in.
Fucking hell, how old are you going to be then when you're playing still? 40?
Well, I will try 41. We don't know.
Yeah?
This is why I told you I want to leave the present.
Ronaldo aims to become the first man to reach 1,000 goals officially in football. Can he do it? You can find out in the next video. Can Ronaldo score 1,000 goals right now?